Hey guys, it's Kaitlin. Welcome back to my cozy corner of the internet and another journaling video. Today's video is going to be the first journal recap, end of month recap for 2024, which is really exciting. If you're new, I didn't do it all of 2023, but I think this year I'm going to do it for all of 2024. I essentially sit down at the end of the month and I take you through any updates, journaling, or stationery related. So I talk about if anything's changed in my journaling system. I talk about any new stationery or new items that I've discovered that I've been really enjoying. And then I also thought this time I would throw in as well if I have any empties that I have finished in terms of pen refills or inserts or anything like that. So it's a super casual video. We're just sitting and hanging out and I'm talking about how the month went with my journals, and that's pretty much what it's gonna be. That is gonna be the video, so let's get right into it. Before I start, I thought I would first kind of bring this over and share what I'm drinking today. I hope you have a cozy drink with you, or maybe even water. Staying hydrated is always key. For me today, I have a cup of black tea. This is Tetley Orange Pico, and I have some milk in it, which is my personal favorite. Okay, so let's kick things off with an update on my analog system. So in case you missed the video where I talk about my analog system, which I will link in the cards, I am using 3 Traveler's notebooks this year to plan and journal and track my life. So I have on the far left here a regular Traveler's notebook in camel. I use this for kind of what I refer to as overflow journaling. So outside of journaling about my day, if there's a certain event or a certain thing that I want to journal about, I will do that in here. The next journal that I have here in the middle is a Passport Traveler's notebook. This is the Narita Airport edition in black, and this is my bullet journal for the year. So I kind of plan, track, scheme, all those good things in here, and this is kind of my main productivity tool. And then the last journal I have on the right here is my daily journal. So I do like to kind of sit down and journal about almost every day. I kind of journal about days where there's something eventful or something that I want to remember looking back. And I will do all of that in here. After I do my daily journaling, if I have additional thoughts, additional pieces of information I want to write down, I'll do that in here. Because each day that I write about, I do just keep to 1 page. So that is why I have this overflow journal as well. So that was a super quick rundown of my current journaling system. So I'll give you an update on how it's going. So first things first, I am still using all of these journals to varying degrees. Obviously, certain journals are used more than others. I would say that my bullet journal and daily journal are used the most, and then my regular Traveler's notebook is more of kind of a, as I feel like it, not every single day or like multiple times a week, just kind of once in a while, but that kind of makes sense for me considering the purpose. But I have been sticking to my system. We are on track, and one of my goals for this year is to stick within the Traveler's notebook system. So I can customize my covers, I can get new covers, I can switch out the inserts, but I really want to try to just have a consistent analog system and a consistent archive for this year. So we are on track for the first month of the year, which is good for me because last year I think I'd already switched my planning system because 2023 was chaotic. So we are off to a good start. One thing that kind of I've been working through this month, or has been a little bit of a derail in terms of the system, was my Passport bullet journal, which I'll show you here. So as many of you might have noticed, I have not yet posted a setup, like a proper 2024 journal setup for my Passport Traveler's notebook. And The reason for that is because this month I've been really experimenting and figuring out which inserts I enjoy and want to use for the rest of the year in this notebook. So I'll quickly show you the different inserts that I had tried, and I think I only have one here, but I can show you the second one because I use that in my Passport traveler's notebook as my daily journal. But when I started the year and placed my order for my notebooks in December, I originally intended to use these books by Good Impressions, which is a Etsy shop. They create these really nice Tomoe River paper notebooks that have this really beautiful cardstock cover and really nice paper with a really like just light but not too light grid. And I did a bunch of research and I thought a lot about the grid size and the paper color I wanted, and I, in December, when I placed my order, settled on getting some notebooks with 3.7 millimeter grid in the white paper color. And I got my notebooks in the mail and I initially was happy with them, and the seller actually included a freebie or like an extra notebook with my order, which I'll show you here, which was a 4 millimeter cream paper notebook. And I decided to use this notebook as a trial notebook just because I wasn't a big fan of the cover color, so I thought it would be a good notebook just to kind of write things down in and jot rough ideas, rough sketches, all that good stuff. And as I was using this notebook, and then as I set up this notebook, I noticed that the writing experience for me with my gel pen was quite different on the cream paper versus the white. The cream, for lack of a better words, felt like paper. It had a really nice tactile feeling, and it was almost like a little more buttery and soft, whereas I noticed when I was using the white paper, it felt a little more hard. I feel like that's the only way I can describe it, and I just really preferred the feeling of the cream paper to the white. So I kind of questioned everything, and I was like, oh my gosh, I ordered these white inserts, but I want to make sure that I enjoy writing in my journal, and the white and I just were not vibing. So I essentially ended up ordering again from Good Impressions, and I ordered some of her cream inserts with the 4 millimeter grid because I liked how it had a little more space for my writing. And so I'm waiting for those in the mail, but that's why you haven't seen my 2024 Passport bullet journal setup. It is because I am waiting to get some more notebooks so I can set up my 2-book system for my bullet journal in my new insert. I could totally use this insert, but I actually I wrote a bunch of stuff in it, so it's not really, I'd have to like rip out pages and it would be mostly gone. So that's why I'm kind of waiting to start fresh with the new notebooks I ordered. But yeah, that was like a little bit of an unexpected discovery. I didn't think I would go over to Team Cream, but it looks like I am joining Team Cream. So yeah, that was interesting. And for me, as part of like my rules for staying in the same system, I consider switching out a notebook not to be breaking the rules. If I don't use the white notebooks, I can just sell them or give them to a friend so that they are used, and then maybe I can even just use them for scrap paper, for sketching. So I'm not worried about those going to waste, but I did really want to make sure that because I want to commit to this system for the entire year, I'm using a notebook that really works for me. So yeah, took a little bit of trial and error to get there, but we did. I will also say I considered using the Passport Traveler's Notebook inserts, so the ones that Travelers Company themselves sell. So they have like a grid one like this, which I use for my daily journal, and they have a dot grid. But ultimately I decided to stick with Good Impressions because I found that the 5 millimeter grid was just a bit too big, and it caused the page to be a bit too restrictive in terms of creating spreads and fitting content in the page. So I decided to stick with a 4mm grid cream insert from Good Inkpressions, and that is what I'm hoping to do my final kind of setup in. For now, what I've been doing, just so that I have something to kind of plan and journal in and keep my life on track, is I have been just using the cream insert that I got as that freebie and just kind of doing my daily logs, doing my usual spreads, and then I'm just gonna migrate all those into the new books once I get them. So that is the plan with this. So yeah, the biggest update was definitely with the passport bullet journal and the insert experiments that went on this month. Besides that, I didn't really do much journaling in this notebook this month. I wanna use my notebook and fill it up with some of my travel journaling from Spain. I just haven't had an opportunity to do that yet. So TBD on this guy. And then on this guy, I've been using it as I normally do to journal about my day. I started this new insert at the end of 2023 because I was traveling, so I thought it would be good to have the inserts start when my trip started so that my trip wasn't broken over into 2 inserts, because I traveled between the end of December and the 1st of January. So this insert started on the 27th of December, and I didn't actually journal about my day in here when I was traveling. I have a video going over my travel kit and I explain that a bit more, but this was something I did after my trip, and it was actually really fun to sit down and like look at my notes and write about the trip after having come back. It actually was a really kind of nostalgic, fun activity. So I've just been kind of keeping up with this and continuing to journal in here as per usual. This is how I like to daily journal. I do a day per page, and then I will collect any ephemera that I want to put in, and I will put it in once I archive the insert so that it isn't difficult to write in. So still keeping up with this. This is going really well, and this kind of feeds into the next exciting update, which is I finished an insert, yay! Cue the confetti. So I finished the first insert that I started in my passport journal. This one started in October 21st of 2023, and my last entry is on the very last page, Tuesday, December 26th of 2023. So I got around 3 months in this notebook. I've already put it in my little archive binder just to kind of keep it stored, but what I'm gonna do is now I'm gonna do the fun stuff, which is going in and adding all of the photos and ephemera and tickets and pieces of packaging that I cut out and saved for this insert. So I'm gonna actually film that in a future video and kind of take you with me as I fill up this journal and archive it. But I wanted to show you that yes, I finished my book and I'm so happy, and it's so satisfying to have like this insert done and have that little mini win, that mini piece of kind of mini accomplishment in my journaling system. So that was a cool way to start off 2024 as well. So yep, I finished my insert, which is so exciting. I will also maybe mention here, because this is kind of like an empty / completed item. So besides my insert, I have one more empties / completed, which is in here. So this is the pen that I always use. This is a Uniball 1F pen. F is super key because the refill I use in here won't fit into the smaller ones. And I am pretty much done. I'm considering this an empty because I think I'll have this done by the end of January, but I have finished my refill in this pen. So that is the second completed / empty for this month. Okay, so those were the two completed / empties. Now I'm gonna move into the new in and discoveries for January, and we have quite a few. Let me just gather them. First one I kind of went over, I'll show you quickly, is the Good Impression insert. So did get a couple of these in white. I'm gonna get a couple more in cream, which are coming in the mail. I also picked up a couple of pens. I picked up more of the pen that I use all the time, which is the Uniball 1F. I don't usually use the inserts in these pens, but I do really like the bodies, and I thought these colors were really nice. So I picked up this one, which is the color Ecru or Ecru. It's this really nice kind of beige color. And then this one was a bit of an accident. I thought this was the same color as my current pen, which you see here. And because I have a dog that eats everything, I thought it would be smart to pick up an extra, but it is a slightly different color of green. So I did not read I did not read the description properly, but I do have this green pen now as well. So I picked up these two pens, and then I also picked up, I'll save this for last, a notepad just to kind of jot down notes, nothing super special or fancy. This is by Midori. It's an A5 size dot grid notepad, and it just has really nice dot grid paper. So that is what that looks like. And then the final thing, which is really exciting, is, and I'll move these out of the way, is I picked up a new pencil case. So I do use this pencil case or utility case by the Superior Labor for holding all of my tools and stationery supplies, which you can kind of see here. And this is super helpful. I really love it. And I keep this on my desk all the time, but I wanted to pick something up that was a little smaller that I could just kind of bring with me around the house or on the go. And it just kind of had the essential items that I use for planning, so in my bullet journal, and then when I have more of that time to sit down and journal, I of course will use my utility case at my desk, but I just want something a little smaller that I could bring around the house because I don't always need all the tools that I keep in here. So I picked up this pencil case. This is a mesh pencil case by Clyde. It says Clyde Luggage right here, and this is in the beige color. It's all mesh except for this kind of nylon fabric band that's sewn onto the front and back. And I'll take you through what I keep in here, but on this band I keep my pen clip, which I had planned to do. That's part of why I bought this pen case, is I really liked these kind of loops in the front. I thought it would be great for holding my brass clip. But the discovery I made when I got this in the mail was the loop here on the side that you see right here. This is the perfect size and height for my brass pencil to fit in. And besides my regular pen, my brass pencil is the most used item when it comes to my stationery. So I love that it's right here and accessible at all times. So that's super cool. And then it's just a really simple pencil case. I'll show you what I keep inside it. It looks like this inside, and again, I don't keep a lot of stuff. I just have my ruler, I have my pen, my eraser, and then this is also a new discovery. I have this mild liner in olive. So I'd actually bought this a while ago, but I've started using this in my bullet journal in my monthly calendar for marking the days that I'm busy. So I've been using this a lot, so I keep this in here as well. But yeah, this has been a nice thing that I've been enjoying using, and it's been great to just keep kind of the couple supplies that I need to bring around the house with me, and keep them kind of contained and secure. We have dogs in our house, so I don't want to just leave my pens out or they will most definitely get eaten. So love how this case is small and portable and prevents that from happening. And that is all really for the updates for my analog system, new and stationery, new discoveries, things completed and things emptied for the month. Besides that, I thought I would quickly share my plans for next month. So next month, I'm still planning to stay in my 3 journals that you see here. I want to finally set up my passport bullet journal so it's ready to go, and of course I will share that with you on here so you can see my setup as well. And the next thing I want to do for February is I think I want to do a no buy for stationery in February. So just 1 month of not buying stationery. I didn't really overspend in January, but I did buy a couple inserts here and there, and I think I just want to take a month to cool off and focus on using what I have. So that is my plan for next month. Let me know how January went in your journals. Did you switch journals? Were you using the same ones? Did you make any adjustments? I would love to know down below. And let me know if you're excited about this series. I might do it once a month. I might do it once a quarter. Let me know what you would prefer. But yeah, I just thought it would be a nice kind of video series where we get super casual, hang out, and talk about journaling. So I hope you enjoyed this first episode of the series, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye, everybody.